This has been my fourth visit to the Precious Children's Orphanage here in Kathmandu. And once again it's been an amazing experience to see boys and girls who are loved and nurtured and cared for and taught the things of God. And we would encourage our people at home to think of this as a vital support ministry and to know that young lives are not only being cared for, but their eternal welfare has been cared for.
Just to go back and see these children, their environment where they're so well cared for by the Reverend Thapa and his wife, that was a tremendous experience, and we thank God for the diligence of our brother and sister.
The work of the orphanage is a work that is near to all of our hearts, to see these young people being brought up in a Christian atmosphere, in the fear and the admonition of the Lord, getting that godly Christian training in their early years, being educated in the things of God. And we do have to commend our brother Paul Thapa and his wife and his family and those who are involved in this ministry for all that they do.
The orphanage began in 2003 when Paul and his wife Mandira got a vision for the many orphan children of Nepal. And over the years Paul has brought quite a number of children into the orphanage. At this moment there are approximately 20 children. Now the orphanage is not just merely a social work, it is a work which Paul sees to develop the reaching of the people in Nepal. He brings the children, he teaches them the Word of God, and he hopes that at some future date these children will then take the gospel to their own people. The fact is that the older children have now started to reach out to the villages of Nepal. Two of the oldest boys, when they finished their schooling, they did the Bible College course. They went to a village outside Kathmandu and they commenced a little fellowship of God's people, and one of those boys is the leader of that fellowship. Some of these children have come from very sad, tragic backgrounds. We think of Rhoda and little Joseph, brother and sister from a village in the far west of Nepal. Just about 2 years ago, there was a feature carried in one of the television networks of these two children who were left destitute in the village. Their mother had died and their father could not afford to look after them. And they were begging in the village just to get whatever scraps they could get. The television program asked if anyone could take these children. Paul Thapa instantly rang the program and he got possession of these children 2 or 3 days later. They are now in the orphanage. They're being taught the Word of God. Of course, they're being educated in a local school. And then we have the case of a young lad called David. Just over 2 years ago, Paul Thapa was at one of the main hospitals with his son, taking his son there for treatment. And as he left the hospital, he noticed this young boy, maybe just 10 years of age, and he was begging outside the hospital. Paul got into conversation with him and discovered that he had come from the far west of Nepal. He had lost his parents, he didn't know much about his family, and Paul asked him, "Do you want to come with me?" The young boy instantly got on the back of Paul's motorbike. Paul brought him to the home, and now young David is in the home being educated, and it's a real thrill to see that young boy sitting in the meeting, singing the hymns and listening to God's precious word. And it is hoped that he, along with many of the other children, will eventually take the gospel to their own people in Nepal. We certainly appreciate the prayers of God's people from Northern Ireland and from the rest of the United Kingdom as well, who have taken this work upon their heart, have prayed for it, have supported it in a practical way. And we rejoice in the way the Lord has provided for the every need of the work.